Hello. Good afternoon to all the teachers and my dear friends. I am Shanti Priya from Narsingi.
Hi friends, I am Deepika from Narsingi.
Welcome to English Doctor.
Today we are going to host the program.
Friends, do you know, today we are going to discuss a very interesting topic and it is very useful also.
Especially for second years.
Friends, I told. Today we are going to discuss an interesting topic, right? What we are going to discuss? Deepika, how we are going to discuss the topic?
We are going to discuss through conversation.
Conversation?
Yes, Shanti.
Wow. Are you all ready?
Shall we start the program?
Okay, let's start our program. Hello Deepika. What's the matter? You are looking tired?
Shanti, I had to burn the midnight oil to complete my project yesterday.
What? You burn oil to complete a project?
Oh, Shanti, no. I had to work late into the night.
Then why do you say you burn the oil?
Shanti, this is an idiomatic expression. To burn the midnight oil means to work late into the night.
Deepika, why do people use it like that?
Shanti, because in olden days there was no electricity.
Yes.
People used oil lamps. I think this idiom is originated from that.
Okay, now I understand clearly. Can you give some more examples for this?
Shanti, I know one or two. Come, let's talk to ma'am and find out more about the idioms.
Okay. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, children. How are you?
Fine, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I have a small doubt.
Yes. What is
Ma'am, you always tell us not to burn the midnight oil before exams.
that? Yes.
Why, ma'am?
Because then you will be asleep at the wheel.
Asleep at the wheel?
Yes.
What is this, ma'am, again?
I'll tell you what it is. So what were you saying?
Burn the midnight oil.
Burn the midnight oil. So what do you mean by burn the midnight oil?
To work late into the night.
To work late into the night. Look at the screen. Burn the midnight oil means?
To work late into the night.
Night, right. If you work late into the night, that means if you burn midnight oil, how do you feel the next morning?
We feel
Feel
sleepy and
tired.
tired.
Sleepy and tired, right?
Yes.
So especially before your exam, if you burn the midnight oil, and on the day of the exam, what will you do?
We'll sleep in the classroom.
That's what called asleep at the wheel, right? If you burn the midnight oil, what happens? See, can you read that sentence?
I had to burn the midnight oil to complete my project.
Right, you had to burn the midnight oil.
Yes.
So if you do that before the exam, you will be asleep at the wheel. Look at the screen. You will be asleep at the wheel. What does that mean?
To be inactive or inattentive.
To be inactive or inattentive. So in the examination hall, you will be inactive or you will be inattentive. You will not be able to
Write the exam.
properly, right? Okay. Can you read that sentence?
He lost his job because he was asleep at the wheel.
So what does this sentence tell you? He lost his job
Yes.
because he was asleep at the wheel. Here asleep doesn't mean actually sleeping. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Asleep here doesn't mean sleeping. It's inactive or inattentive or not being responsible. So he was not responsible. He lost his job. Now you are students.
Yes,
So if you are asleep at the wheel,
we may lose our marks.
you may lose marks or you may not be able to write your exam well.
Yes,
Right. Okay. So do you understand these clearly now?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you burn the midnight oil, you will be asleep at the wheel. That's why you should not burn midnight oil before your exam.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Any other doubts?
Ma'am, these idioms are very interesting, ma'am.
Yes.
Could you tell more about these idioms?
Yeah, sure, with pleasure. Right. Look at this one.
It's raining cats and dogs.
Right.
An apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Okay. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. It's raining cats and
Dogs.
Fine. Do you know these sentences?
I know the second one, ma'am.
Do you know the second one, Deepika? Okay. Can you explain?
Ma'am, if we eat an apple every day, we can be very healthy. So there is no need to go to doctor.
Okay, you think that if we eat an apple every day, we can be healthy, so we don't need to go to the doctor. Very good. Does it apply only to apples, Shanti, or can we eat any other fruit?
We can eat any other fruit also,
Any
ma'am.
other fruit also. So what does this mean? If we eat some fruit every day, we will be healthy.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So are you eating a fruit every day?
Yes, ma'am.
Which fruit are you eating?
We are eating banana.
Do you like them?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you eat during summer?
Some watermelon,
Oranges, right? So you are provided a fruit every day so that you can be healthy and you need not go to a doctor.
Yes,
Fine.
ma'am.
Let's look at the first one. What is the first sentence here?
It's raining cats and dogs. I know this meaning, ma'am.
You know that?
Yes, ma'am.
What is that?
It means it's raining heavily.
It's raining heavily.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
when it is raining heavily, why do we say raining cats and dogs?
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
cats and dogs really fall from the sky?
No, ma'am.
No then. But then why do we use it like that? See, there is a story behind this, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
People in earlier days, olden days, people used to live in huts, right?
ma'am.
They have thatched roofs.
Yes, ma'am.
You know thatched roofs?
Yes, ma'am,
It's
with
made of
grass.
leaves and
Some
grass,
grass.
right? So these cats and dogs use it to hide there in the roofs. When it rained heavily, they use it to either jump down to find a shelter or they were washed out in the rain. So people started calling it, it looked as if the cats and dogs are falling from the sky, right?
Yes,
so
ma'am.
people started calling it, it's raining cats,
Cats and
and dogs.
dogs.
Okay, right. Can you read that?
The sky is very dark. It's going to rain cats and dogs.
So actually it means it's going to rain cats and dogs means it's going to rain heavily. When there is a heavy rain, we say it's raining
Cats
cats
and
and dogs, right? Okay, right. So,
Ma'am,
yeah,
actually, why do we need these idioms? Why we have to use these idioms?
you are right. That's a good question. We need idioms to add beauty to our language. You know, if you remember last week when we were discussing phrasal verbs,
Yes, ma'am.
we said that these phrasal verbs have deeper meaning than the words literally mean. Okay.
ma'am.
Here also it's the same with the idioms also. Every language has these idioms. Okay. These idioms add beauty and fluency to your language, and when you use them in your everyday usage, your language sounds natural.
Okay, ma'am.
But like phrasal verbs, you should not take the literal meaning of these sentences. Now, as in the previous one, it's raining cats,
Cats
and
and
dogs,
dogs.
right? It doesn't actually mean that cats and dogs are falling from the sky, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you should not take the literal meaning of the words there of an idiom, but they have a much deeper meaning. So look at the screen now. What is that? Can you read that?
An idiom is a group of words which mean something different from its literal meaning.
An idiom is a group of words which means something different from its
Literal
meaning. So you don't take the literal meaning, but we take the deeper meaning of
Yes,
that idiom, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Shall we see, in every institution, everywhere there are two kinds of students,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So shall we relate these idioms to these two kinds of students
Yes, ma'am.
and talk about some more idioms?
Okay, ma'am.
You're right. Okay. So you said that, Deepika, you said that you had to burn the midnight oil,
Midnight,
right?
Yes, ma'am.
When was that project given to you?
1 week ago.
1 week ago, right? So what have you been doing all these days?
Enjoy.
Enjoying. Okay. Shanti, do you know she has a habit of touching her books once in a blue moon?
Once in a blue moon,
Yes.
we have blue sky, but how we have a blue moon, ma'am?
I'll tell you how. Just now I have told you that we should not take the literal meaning of the idioms, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So blue moon doesn't actually mean a moon which is in blue color. Then what does a blue moon mean? Look here. What do you see there?
Once in
Once
a blue
in a
moon.
blue moon.
Once in a blue moon. There is a moon and the sky.
Yes, ma'am.
So what does a blue moon mean?
Very rarely.
Very rarely. So once in a blue moon means very,
Very rarely.
rarely. Okay. So blue moon here also refers to the full moon. You know full moon, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So suppose we have a full moon today. When do we have another full moon?
Next
After
after 1
1
month.
After 1 month. That means after a long time, not regularly. So now when we said Deepika has a habit of touching her books once in a blue moon, she touches her books very rarely. Right? Yeah. Look at this one.
As I am very busy with my work, I get to visit my friends once in a blue moon.
Yeah, as I'm very busy with my work, you know, I have a lot of work to do. So I cannot visit my friends as and when I want.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I can visit them only once in a
blue
moon, right? So if you touch your books once in a blue moon, if you don't study regularly, this is what happens, right? You have to burn the midnight oil, right? There is another thing also, Shanti. She always postpones the work till the 11th hour.
11th hour.
11th hour, right? What is that? Look at that.
At the last possible moment.
At the last possible moment, she postpones the work till the last possible moment, right? She was actually given the project 1 week ago.
Yes, ma'am.
Today is the last day. She has to submit it today. So, yesterday night, she sat down and started working on her project,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So she had to burn the midnight oil. Why did she have to burn the midnight oil?
Because she touched the books once in a blue moon.
And she postpones her work till the
11th hour.
hour. Okay. So if you postpone your work till the 11th hour, what happens?
Means
You will not be able to do it
properly and
Okay.
perfectly also.
Yeah, right. So there is another kind of, read that sentence.
Don't postpone your work till the 11th hour.
So we should never postpone our work till the 11th
11th
hour.
hour.
Why should we not postpone our work till the 11th hour?
Because if we postpone till the 11th hour, we may not do our project properly.
Perfectly.
Properly, right? And then,
We may not get good marks.
yes.
And
And we won't get good marks for that project.
Why? Why? Is
Because
it wrong to do it in the 11th hour?
Yes, ma'am.
Why? Why is it wrong?
Because if we do at the 11th hour,
Yeah.
means we may not do that project clearly or perfectly.
Perfectly.
Many
Yes.
mistakes will be there in that.
Yes, you will not have time to refine
Refine.
it,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Improve it. If you do it in advance, you can again go back to it and make necessary changes and you can improve it. But if you do it in the 11th hour, you will be tense, right? You won't have much time left, so you have to do it in a hurry, so it may not come out very well. Then you will lose your marks, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that's what happens when you postpone your
Works.
Right. Last week we discussed that some of our SoFTNET got admission in very good universities,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So you are in second year, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you also want to be successful like them, what should you do? Should
We
you
should-
postpone your work or should you do
No.
your work in time?
We have to
should
do
do work
our
in
work in time.
You have to do your work in time.
Time.
That means, what should you do? What do you see in the picture there?
A man is standing on the grass.
Grass. Is it dry grass or green grass?
dry
Dry grass.
Dry grass. What is it called?
Hay.
Hay.
Hay, right. So, can you read that?
Make hay while the sun shines.
Make hay while the sun,
Sun
shines,
shines.
right? So what does that mean? Can you guess the meaning of that?
Take the
advantage
advantage of a good
good
opportunity.
Take advantage of a good opportunity. So whenever you have a very good opportunity, you have to use that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? It means here, now you have time. This is, we are still in July, right?
Yes,
Of course, in the end of July. You have time from August till February. So you have to use your time properly.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to make hay while the sun shines, right? Once it starts raining, they cannot pile up that hay.
Yes, ma'am.
They cannot put it in stacks, right? So when it's when the sun is shining, that means when you have time, you have to complete your work.
Okay,
That
ma'am.
means when you have time, you have to study well so that you can write your exams well.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Okay, look at that.
The exams are fast approaching. I want to make hay while the sun shines.
The exams are fast approaching, right? So what should you do? Make hay while the
sun
sun
shines.
shines, right? Okay, can you read that sentence?
I'd better make hay while the sun shines and do the pending work.
Right, I'd better make hay while the sun,
Sun
shines.
shines.
Now, do you clearly understand the meaning of this sentence? Make hay while
Yes,
the sun
ma'am.
shines?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Shall we check whether you understood it or not?
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
See, what is that?
While I have a bit of free time,
Right,
Despite having so much else to do,
right.
even though I don't feel like working.
So, which one is the right option here? You have three options there.
while I have a bit of free time,
Can you read them? While I have a bit of free time, despite having so much.
else to do.
Yeah,
Even though I don't feel like working.
yeah. Which is the right option? Make hay while the sun shines.
First,
First,
Fanny.
while I have a bit of free time.
You can be, should be confident while answering, right?
First one,
Okay.
ma'am.
First,
You think the first one is the right answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we check?
Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Wow.
Congrats.
Thank
The
you,
first
ma'am.
one is the right answer. While I have a bit of free time. That means make hay while the sun shines means when you have free time, you have to do your
Make
work.
sure- yes,
right? Okay. Shall we go to the next one?
Okay, ma'am.
Fine. Now you decided to make hay while the sun
Sun
shines.
shines.
That means you decided to work hard. Then what is the next step? What is that girl doing?
She
She's
is
putting
pulling up her socks.
Yeah, she's putting on her socks.
Socks.
Right. This is what you have to do. Yeah. Read
Pull
that.
your socks up.
Pull your socks up. Now you have to pull your, now you decided to make the hay,
while
make
the
hay while the
sun
sun
shines.
shines, right. Now you have to pull your socks up.
For what, ma'am?
What will you do that for? You tell me, because you wear socks.
If we want to go to assembly,
Assembly
so
or
we'll wear
classes.
socks.
Okay, now you are you have decided to prepare for the exam. So pull up your socks.
To get success, we have to pull up our socks, ma'am.
Yes.
How, ma'am? If you pull socks,
Socks
we'll
will
get
get
success.
success.
we'll get
Yes,
good
I'll
marks.
tell you how. See, what do you actually mean by pull up your socks?
Improve your work or behavior because it is not good enough.
Right. Pull up your socks means, I have been telling you again and again, don't go by the literal meaning. When I say pull up your socks, I don't mean wear your socks, right? Or put on your socks. I mean improve your work or your behavior because it is not good enough. See, you have been studying. Yes, but it is not sufficient. You know, if you want to be one among those 130 SoFTNET who got admission in various universities, what you have been doing till now is not sufficient. So you have to pull up your socks. That means you have to
Make more
improve your
effort.
work, make more effort, okay, put in more effort and study hard. Then you will be able to get
Get success.
success. Right.
His
Okay.
teacher told Raghu to pull his socks up because
His teacher told Raghu to pull his socks up. Right.
because
They didn't look good.
he
Yeah.
was studying too much.
His
Yes.
grades were
grades
not
weren't
good
good
enough.
So again here you have three options for this.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? They didn't look good. He was studying too much. His grades weren't good enough.
His grades weren't good enough.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Santi,
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Shall we check?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
right
This is
answer.
also a right answer, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
pull up your socks actually means
His grades were not good enough. so
improve
he
your
have to
work.
work.
So here teacher told Raghu to pull his socks up because
His
His grades were
weren't
not good.
good. So he had to
Improve
work
his
more,
work.
improve his work and get good grades.
Yes, ma'am.
So see how idioms are so like beautiful.
Yes,
Let
ma'am.
me say, right?
Interesting.
Interesting. Actually, the literal meaning is different. So we should never go by the literal meaning of the idioms. See, for every purpose, for everything, we have an idiom. We have the idioms in Telugu and in English. In every language, we have these.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
only that we should know how to use them and which ones to use in the correct place, right? Okay. So the correct answer here is his grades were not good enough. Right. Now, this is one kind, we are talking about one kind of students till now. There are another kind of students.
What?
There is another set. Okay. Now let's say you have a friend
Okay.
and you always tell her to work hard,
Okay.
but she doesn't listen to you.
Okay, ma'am.
Then how do we say that? When somebody doesn't listen to us, how do we say that? Look at the screen.
Turn a deaf ear.
Turn a deaf ear. What do you mean by deaf?
Means we
can't
cannot
hear.
hear.
You cannot
what
hear.
someone
Deaf
says.
means not able to hear
Hear.
properly. So to turn a deaf ear means
refuse to listen or to ignore what someone says.
refuse to listen to or ignore what someone
Someone
says.
says.
So you are not ready to listen to somebody. When somebody tells you something, you are not ready to listen to them or you ignore what they tell you. Now your teachers and your friends and your parents tell you to work hard.
Yes, ma'am.
Study right from the beginning.
Yes,
Pull
ma'am.
your socks up. Make hay while the sun
Sun
shines.
shines.
But there are some people who always turn a
Deaf
deaf
ear
ear
for
to
that.
this, right? So that means they don't bother about it.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes,
If
ma'am.
they don't bother about this, if they turn a deaf ear to this, then what happens to them?
They may get less
fail
result. They may
in
Why?
fail.
Because
They
they
don't
don't touch
listen
their
what we
books.
say.
They touch their books once in a blue moon and then
And
They
they postpone their work till
at
the
11th
11th hour.
11th hour and then they had to burn the
Midnight
midnight oil before the exams.
Exams.
Fine. So let's come back to this. So when you burn the midnight oil before the exams, what did you say? How do you feel in the morning?
We feel
tired,
tired.
Sleepy and tired.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then you went to the examination hall, let's say. Your
okay,
friend, the so-called friend who turned a deaf ear to you, she went to the examination hall. Okay. So now how does she feel? Happy?
No.
Active?
No, ma'am. She
Very
felt
tense.
tense
That
and
means-
frightened.
Yeah. Look at this sentence first.
Sudha turned a deaf ear.
to her friends when they told her to study for the exam.
She turned a deaf ear
Deaf ear.
when they told her to study for the exam.
Exam.
Then what happened to her?
Have butterflies
Butterflies
in
in stomach.
stomach.
She had butterflies in her stomach in the examination hall.
How butterflies will go into the stomach, ma'am?
Yes, butterflies can go into your stomach like your small intestine or large intestine.
How?
How,
ma'am?
ma'am?
Again, don't take the literal meaning. You just forget it always, right? Here, when I say have butterflies in the stomach, I don't literally mean those butterflies are there in your stomach. No. Then what does it mean? Look at this. What is that girl doing?
She's feeling frightened.
Nervous.
Yeah,
Nervous.
she is nervous. So have butterflies in your stomach means
Be nervous.
very tense. Now you said your friend, if you burn the midnight oil, you will be tense in the examination
Yes,
hall, right? So when you go to the examination hall, you are very
Nervous.
tense. So we say have butterflies
in
the
stomach.
stomach. So when somebody has butterflies in their stomach, it means they are really
Very nervous.
very nervous and tense.
Tense.
Okay, look at this example.
On every Friday, I have butterflies in my tummy.
That's about me. So on every Friday, I have butterflies in my tummy. See, on every Thursday, I burn the midnight oil, and on Friday, I have butterflies in my tummy. Okay, right, just for fun. Okay, so now your friend has butterflies in her tummy.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
means she is very tense. Very good. She is sitting in the examination hall. Now invigilator gave her the question paper.
Okay, ma'am.
You remember she burned the midnight oil. She studied in the 11th hour. So she won't have sufficient time to revise her
what she read.
Learned.
topic. Right.
Yes.
Then when she takes the question paper, how does she feel?
She feels
feels
frightened because she
Right.
don't know anything in the
She
question.
may not know, right? Because she doesn't have sufficient time to read all or
revise.
revise her all the topics.
Yes.
So when she looks at the question paper, it looks like Greek and Latin. She doesn't understand anything. Suppose imagine yourself in that place. Now you have the question paper in your hand.
Yes,
That is your second year final exam. You have the question paper in your hand and it looking like Greek and Latin. You don't understand anything. Then how
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
feel?
We feel
feel
frightened.
frightened.
Frightened. And
We start
we'll
sweating.
start
you
sweating.
start sweating, right? That means you break out, okay, you break out into a cold sweat.
Break out into
Look at that. You break out in a
Cold
sweat. What do you mean by break out in a cold sweat?
To become suddenly frightened or worried about something and possibly to start sweating.
So to become suddenly frightened or worried about something and start sweating.
sweating.
Now when do we sweat?
When we are
When we
nervous.
work hard. When we
hard.
work hard, when we are in a hot room, okay, or when we are tense.
Tense.
Now you are in the examination hall, you are not working hard.
Yes,
Then
ma'am.
why does she sweat?
Because she
is
don't know anything.
frightened. She is frightened and she doesn't know anything.
Anything.
Okay, right. Okay, she is there in the examination hall. She is already broke into a cold sweat, but you have to write the exam.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to write some answers.
Yes, ma'am.
If you want to get through your intermediate, you have to write something there.
Yes, ma'am.
But you don't know anything. What will you do then?
We will
We'll
copy.
copy.
Very honest answer. Very easy to do, right?
Yes,
So then what will you do? You will
We'll
copy
copy.
the answers from others.
Others.
So if you copy the answers from others, what will you be called?
We'll call
Copycat.
us copycat.
You will be called a
Copycat.
copycat. If you copy from others, you will be called a
Copycat.
Right. What is the meaning of copycat?
Someone who copies others' work.
Someone who copies others'
Others'
work
work.
is called a
Copycat.
right? Okay, look at this.
My friend called me a copycat just because my bag looked like his bag.
My friend called me a copycat just because my bag looked like his bag. So here copycat doesn't mean only those who copy the answers from others, who copy the project works or essays, everything from others. So if you imitate somebody, you are called a copycat, right? Many
Yes,
times you imitate your teachers, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You have to accept that. You imitate your teachers and you will have your favorite heroes and heroines, actors, and you try to imitate them, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So then you are a copycat. Whatever you do, whenever you imitate somebody, you are called a
Copycat.
right? So in the examination hall, you will become a copycat,
Copycat.
and you copy answers from the
Others.
Right. A very easy thing. You need not study from day one. You can happily copy the answers and get through the exam.
But
No, ma'am, it's very dangerous now.
Why is it dangerous?
if the invigilator squad obsesses,
What happens? You will lose your face.
We can lose a pen and or a book.
Yeah.
But how can we lose our face?
What happens when you lose your pen?
We won't get where
You
it
won't
is.
find where it is.
Yes.
So if you lose your face, you won't find your face. I'll tell you. Don't worry. So
Lose
lose face.
face.
Lose face means
To be embarrassed or humiliated.
to be embarrassed or
Or humiliated.
humiliated. So what do you mean by humiliated?
Means insulted.
Insulted, right. So to be embarrassed or humiliated or insulted, that means you lose your face. Okay, now you are in the examination hall, right? The invigilator found that you are copying from your friend. Then what does the invigilator do? He'll come and ask you to stand up. He'll take your paper and he'll ask you to go out. There are around 20 to 30 students in the examination hall and you are made to stand and you are scolded by him and then you are asked to go out. Then how do you feel? Very happy.
No, ma'am.
we
will
feel
be
insulted and
insulted.
we can't
will-
show face to others.
Right. You will not be able to show your face to others. That's what we mean by
Lose face.
face. Okay, do you understand now?
Yes,
so if
ma'am.
we do something wrong, we lose our face. Okay, look at this.
Stop telling lies or you will lose your face.
Stop telling lies or you will lose your face.
Face.
Okay. Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Unavailable. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Hello. I am Sandeeshwara, madam.
You reduce the volume of our TV first.
Okay, madam. I am
Yeah.
Sandeeshwara from Airpalli, madam.
Okay.
Bhadradi Kudabalandira.
Okay, okay. Yes, what do you want to tell us?
This type of opportunities for only girls, madam.
Okay, I am working in a girls' institution, right? Yeah, if your English teacher is ready to conduct this program, host this program, you will get a chance.
Okay, madam.
Okay, right.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Okay, okay. Okay?
Okay,
Stop telling lies or you will lose your face. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Where? Do you understand it now?
Yes, ma'am.
If you
Tell.
telling lies is a bad thing. Now all your friends realize that you are a liar. And if you don't stop telling lies, you will lose your
our
face.
face.
Right? You will be insulted. Okay? Right. And then now you are in the examination hall. You are facing all the trouble and all that.
Yes,
This is
ma'am.
one kind of students. So like we said, we have two sets of students.
Yes, ma'am.
One set of students who turn a deaf
Copycats.
ear. Yes. And then they postpone everything till the 11th
11th
hour.
hour and they
They
burn
burn
midnight
midnight
oil
Midnight oil.
and they become copycats.
Copycats.
Copycats, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now there is another set of students. What do? Look at this.
Hit the books.
They hit the books right from day one. What do you mean by hit the books?
To study hard.
To study hard. Okay. So there are some students who study hard right from day one. Okay. So if you study hard, if you hit the books right from day one, but how do you feel during your exam? Will you have butterflies in your stomach?
No.
No, ma'am.
No. When will you have butterflies in your stomach?
When we won't prepare.
When you are not prepared for something, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, but if you hit the books from day one, how do you feel? See,
If you hit the books regularly, you will get good marks.
if you hit the books regularly, you will get good marks,
marks.
right? So, if you hit the books regularly, what happens? The exam will be a
Very
piece of
piece of
cake
cake.
for you.
Piece of cake.
Yeah. If you hit the books regularly, the exam will be a piece of cake for you.
Something that is very easy to do.
Right. Have you ever tasted a cake?
Yes, ma'am. we
How does it
tasted.
taste?
Delicious
How
and
is-
sweet.
Delicious, sweet
soft.
and soft, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Very easy to
Eat.
eat, right? So your exam will be like that. When will your exam be a piece of cake for you?
When we hit the
read the
books,
books. When,
When
we
you
hit
hit the books, right? Remember, you have to make hay while the sun shines, right?
Yes, ma'am.
If you make hay while the sun shines and if you pull up your socks and hit the books, then your exam will be a piece of cake for you. Hello?
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Yes?
Ma'am, this is Chandram from Big Nose.
Okay.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine. How are you?
Fine, ma'am.
Yeah. Do you want to ask us something?
No, ma'am. I just want to give feedback for you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm actually waiting for that.
Yes, ma'am. But the opportunity only for girls, ma'am.
See, just now somebody asked me this. See, I'm working in a girls' institution and I feel comfortable to take my students because it needs 1 week preparation, right? So, you cannot come and stay here in our institution for 1 week. If any male teacher is ready to do this, then boys will get this chance. Okay, right. So, piece of cake means something that is
Very
very
easy
easy to do. Okay. So, if you hit the books right from day one, if you study with concentration,
And make
The
hay
exam
while the
will be
sun
a piece
shines.
of cake
piece
for
of
us.
cake for you. Very
Easy.
easy thing to do, right? Okay.
She hits the books regularly, so this exam is a piece of cake for her.
Right. So, she hits the books regularly. So, this exam is a piece of cake for her. Okay. So, now both sets of students wrote their exam.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
Yes,
Then
ma'am.
what is the next stage?
Results.
Results.
Results. Okay. You will be waiting for your
the results.
results. Very good. So, what will be your expectation?
We'll expect high.
High.
We thought that we'll get
Above 90%.
above 90%.
You will definitely expect to get above 90%,
Above 90%.
more than 90%, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. But now, there is somebody who was a copycat, and there is somebody for whom the exam is a piece of cake.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
both of them will expect above 90%,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
We always think high of ourselves. But then, we should not count the chickens before they hatch. We should not count the chickens before they hatch, right? You know, so what do the farmers do? They hatch the eggs,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
And then we get the chickens. Chickens come out of the eggs, right? But then, look at this.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
You should not count your chickens before they hatch. Suppose you have 10 eggs with you. Don't expect that you will have 10
10
chickens.
eggs.
Why not?
Yes.
Why not? Can you tell me why not?
If we won't get 10 eggs, 10 chickens means we'll be very sad, no.
But why don't you get 10 out of 10?
There is no chance, no, ma'am.
Why not? You have 10 eggs there. Something may happen.
Yes, ma'am.
The egg may become rotten, or it may break, or something may happen. So you may not get all the 10 chickens out of 10 eggs, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So there are many possibilities. Look at this.
You should not count on something before it happens.
We should not count on something before it happens, right?
Yes.
That means we should not, okay, you wrote your exam well, all right, but don't expect that you would definitely get 90% or more than that. There may be many reasons for this.
Yes,
Many things may happen, many things may interfere. So, have hopes, but don't count your chickens before
they hatch.
Right.
You might have done well in the exam, but don't count your chickens before they are hatched.
You might have done very well. Yes, exam was a piece of cake for you. You hit the books regularly, right?
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
exam was a piece of cake for you, all right. But even then, you should not count your chickens before
Before they are hatched.
they are hatched, right?
Yes,
Okay. Okay. So, then the results are out.
Yes.
Again, we have, as we have been discussing, we have these two sets of students.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Who are the first ones?
The persons who postponed their work till the 11th hour
And
who
they
burned the midnight oil.
and who turned the deaf ear
Yes.
And become a copycat.
Yes. Now the second set of students,
or who hit the books
books.
regularly.
yes,
Make hay
while the sun shines, and for whom exam was a piece of
cake.
Fine. After the results, okay. Hello?
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine. How are you?
Fine, ma'am.
Yeah?
Ma'am, I want one doubt, ma'am.
Yes?
What is the difference between lover dog and dog lover?
Sorry?
Madam?
Can you reduce the TV volume?
Okay, ma'am. Hello?
Yes?
What is the difference between lover dog and dog lover?
Lover dogs or dog lovers?
Lover dogs and dog lovers.
Yes, ma'am.
Dog lovers are those who love dogs.
Okay, ma'am.
Then what do you think about lover dogs?
Nothing, ma'am.
Okay. Dog lovers.
you.
Okay. Right. So, you might have done very well in the exam, but you should not count the
Chickens
Chickens
before they
before they
hatch.
hatch.
right. Now the results are out.
Yes.
Fine.
On
Somebody
cloud.
is on cloud 9. What do you mean by cloud 9? Look at that.
Extremely
Extremely happy.
Extremely happy. So one student is on cloud 9.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? That means that student is extremely happy.
happy.
Very, very happy. Who can this be?
The
Who
persons who hit the books
Who hit the books regularly and for whom exam was
Yes,
a
a piece
of
of
cake. So if you hit the books regularly and if the exam is a piece of cake for you, then after the results, you will be on cloud 9.
Cloud 9, extremely happy.
Extremely
Happy.
happy. Because why would you be extremely happy?
Because we wrote exam well
Exams
and we
well.
got good
Very
result.
good
Results.
results. You got very good marks, so you are extremely happy.
Happy.
That means you are on
Cloud
cloud
9.
9. Okay, right.
Saraswati was on cloud 9 when she got admission in Azim Premji University.
Right, like we discussed last week, right?
yes, ma'am.
So Saraswati was on cloud 9 when she got admission in Azim
Azim
Premji
Premji
University, right? It's not just result of your exam, but whatever success you achieve in your life, when you become successful, you will be on cloud 9.
9.
Now here Saraswati got admission in Azim
Azim
Premji
Premji
University.
University.
So when she heard that, she was on
Cloud
9. She was very happy. Okay, so when you achieve some success, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You have some success, you are successful in something,
Yes, ma'am.
then we say you add a feather in your
One's
cap,
cap.
right? You add a feather in your cap. What does that mean, adding a feather in your cap?
An achievement
achievement
one can be proud of.
An achievement that one can be
proud of.
proud of. You have done something that you can feel proud of.
Yes, ma'am.
If you get good results, your teachers will be proud of you,
Yes.
your friends will be proud of you,
Yes, ma'am.
and your
Parents.
parents will be
also.
proud of you. So everyone will be proud of you.
us.
That means you added one feather in your cap, one more feather. You already had some successes, right? So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have some feathers in your caps. Now you added one more feather, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Purna and Srividya added another feather in the cap of our society by scaling Mount Elbrus in Russia.
Right. Did this happen just yesterday?
Yes,
Did you
ma'am.
read about this?
Yes, ma'am.
Now Purna, you know Purna?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is she?
She's a sparrow and she scaled the
Scaled
Mount
Mount
Everest.
Everest.
Yeah, she is the youngest in the world to
13
scale
years
Mount
old.
Everest,
13
right?
years.
Yeah, and Srividya, she is a student of All
All.
School, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So these two students, they went to Russia to scale Mount
Mount
Elbrus
Elbrus.
there, and yesterday they successfully scaled it. Okay. So Purna and Srividya, this Elbrus is the highest peak in Europe. Right?
Yes,
Elbrus is the highest peak in Europe. Now Purna and Srividya, yesterday they scaled Mount Everest. So what did they do by doing that? They added another feather in their own caps
And society.
Society.
and in the
cap.
cap of the society also.
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
you see this? So when you are successful, it means that you can add a feather in
Feather
your
in a cap.
Cap.
Right, look at this. This is a newspaper clipping about Purna and
Srividya.
Srividya, right? They scaled Mount Elbrus, and that is the highest peak in Europe, right? Okay. Now, you might be wondering why we have always been talking about these successful sparrows. Last week also we discussed
Yes,
this,
ma'am.
the same topic, that we discussed that 130 plus sparrows got admission in different
Admissions into
universities,
different
right? And now also we are discussing this. I mean, we're talking about the success of Purna and Srividya. Why are we doing? What do you think? It has nothing to do with English, doctor. Okay, last week I said, yes, you need to improve your communication skills, then you will get admission in very good universities.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
now climbing a scaling a hill or a Mount Everest or these mountains, you don't need English for that. Then why are we talking about this?
They added another feather to their caps.
That can be done. Why do we need to talk about that in English doctor program? Can you guess? No. I'll tell you why. Look at this.
The best way to learn is to surround yourself with inspiration.
The best way to learn is to surround yourself with inspiration. When there is inspiration around you, you will learn best, right? That means, see, now these 130 plus sparrows who got admission in various universities, and this Purna and Srividya who
Srividya.
scaled Mount Elbrus,
Elbrus.
all these should be
Inspiration. for us.
inspirational to you. You should be motivated by them.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
should get some motivation from them. See, so the best way to learn, if you really want to learn, you should have people who can motivate you.
Yes, ma'am.
Many times we come across people who always think negative, who always say negative words, right? They say, no, this is difficult, we cannot do this, we cannot do that.
Yes, ma'am.
But there are people who say, no, yes, this is difficult, but there is
we
no
can.
harm in trying, we can try. These are those kind of people.
Yes.
All these successful sparrows are those kind of people. So we have to think about them. Yes. Hello?
Hello.
Yes?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I'm Shruti from Narmal, ma'am.
Okay. How are you?
So fine, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
I'm also fine. What do you want to say?
Will you give a chance to participate in English, Doctor, ma'am?
Okay. I'm also happy. And I told you we have to be thankful to our secretary, sir. Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, ma'am. Not only sister, I'm Akila Namal.
Akhil. Yeah. Yes.
It's an interesting program. So
Okay.
I participate.
Okay.
I hope not only myself, all our schoolmates are saying that it's very useful.
Okay.
So please, will you please give me a chance to participate in English, Doctor?
Definitely, dear. When I get a chance next time, because you know this is my final episode for this session. So if I do it again, I'll definitely give you a chance. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, right.
We are from Narmal, ma'am.
Okay, normal, right. Normal means Sridevi madam is there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, right. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely you will get a chance, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So the best way to learn is to surround yourself
Yourself
with
with
inspiration. So my advice to you all sparrows is, if you really want to be successful, either you write these names of successful sparrows in your dormitory or keep their photos in your dormitory. So if you read their names or if you look at their photos every day, you will get inspiration.
Okay, ma'am.
Then you can also feel that, no, I should also get this. I should also be one among them.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? That's why we are talking about successful people. See, it's always better to talk about successful
Successful
people. Right. Okay. So, the best way to learn is to surround yourself with
inspiration.
Right. And now you added another feather in your
Your cap.
cap. Okay. Right. What are the other students doing now?
They were crying.
They were crying. Why do you think they will be crying?
Because they don't get good results.
Are you sure that they won't get good results?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Why don't they get good results?
Because they
Again the same thing,
Same.
right? They postponed their work, they couldn't do well, this and that.
they turned
and
a
now,
deaf ear.
yeah. So this is what they'll be doing. What do you see there in the picture?
the cat is
cat
crying
is
Cat
crying.
is crying. Can you guess why the cat is crying?
The milk.
about milk
About milk. Where is the milk?
on the floor.
On the floor. The milk is on the floor and the cat is crying,
Yes.
right? Okay. So what is it called?
Don't cry over spilt milk.
Right. Now the cat is crying over spilt milk. The
Yes.
milk is on the floor. Can you take it back?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Can you use it again?
No, ma'am.
So the milk is already spilled.
Yes.
So you cannot take it back. Right. Hello? Hello?
Hello, madam. Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon.
I am K. Rajendra, madam.
Okay.
From Srinagar, Tirusala, ma'am.
Okay. Rajan.
Please.
Yeah.
Ma'am, in our school, ma'am,
Yeah.
we have success school,
Hmm.
but the students are not using the English language in the classroom, ma'am.
Okay.
Therefore, could you please suggest the ways by which the students can use English language clearly? Because we are working in English medium school, ma'am.
I know. Yeah. All our schools are English medium schools, right?
Actually, I am using English language in the classroom, but the students are not at all using English language, ma'am.
Okay, sir. You do one thing. You just don't. You just stop listening to them. When they speak to you in Telugu, you tell them, see, I don't understand Telugu. Okay. So make it a point that no one speaks to anyone if they speak in Telugu, you should not answer or you should not reply. You should not respond. Okay. If you make it a point, then maybe slowly. I don't say overnight they will change, but if you stop responding, they have to use it. They will be forced to use English. Actually, this is what I try in my class.
Yes, sir. Because for the past few years, I was trying very hard, ma'am.
Yeah.
But they're not catching, ma'am.
Yeah. That's why you stop talking to them, right? If they ask you something in Telugu, don't clarify their doubts. Okay. So,
Don't cry over spilt
don't
milk.
cry over spilt milk. Now the milk is spilled. Fine. What does milk here mean for us
Or
students?
results.
Time.
Time.
Results are time.
Time.
So if you lose your time once, will you get it back?
No, ma'am.
There is no chance of getting back your last
Yes.
time, right? So What is the spelling of last that I used here? LAST or LOST?
LOST.
Right, you are right, LOST. That we already lost the time.
Yes.
The time is spent. We won't get it back. So
Yes,
there is no point in crying over
Over
that. So instead of crying over spilt milk, you should start studying, hitting the books right from
the
day
first
one,
day.
so that you will be on cloud 9. Instead of crying over spilt milk, you will be on
cloud
cloud
nine.
9, right?
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Sudha started crying over spilt milk after the results are announced.
Sudha started crying over spilt milk after the results are announced.
Announced.
Whenever you told her to study, she turned a deaf
Deaf
ear.
ear.
But now she is sitting and
Crying.
crying over spilt
Spilt
milk,
milk.
which is of no use at all. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So, do you understand all this?
Yes, ma'am.
The idioms?
Yes, ma'am.
So, we should not take the literal meaning of the idioms, right?
have
They convey much deeper meaning. Okay? So, we have idioms for each and every occasion.
Yes,
for every purpose, we have an idiom, right? If you start using these idioms, your language will be rich and sounds natural. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Let's now discuss a few more idioms. Hello?
Hello.
Yes?
Madam, I am Shivanjan, madam.
Okay.
I am from Marakonda School of Karimnagar district.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, yes, what do you want to tell us?
Madam, what is the difference between adapt and adopt?
Adapt and adopt.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, when you adopt a child, right? Take somebody as your own.
Yes.
And when you adapt, you change some situation according to your needs, or you change according to that. Are you clear? Adopt, we adopt a child. Parents who don't have children, maybe couple or husband and wife who don't have children, or people who don't have children, they adopt others. When you say adapt, it is changing according to the situation. Okay? Right. So, let's
should
discuss a few more idioms,
Okay, ma'am.
which are very common. Okay, let's discuss them very quickly.
How much meaning they convey in a few words, ma'am. Really great, very interesting.
Yes, Deepika, you are absolutely correct, right? They convey a lot of meaning in very few words, right? So, what do you see there?
Call it
Call
a
it
day.
a day.
Call it a day. This is a very common idiom, right? What do
Yes,
you mean
ma'am.
by that?
To stop doing something, especially working.
To stop doing something or a work for a particular day.
Yes.
Now, we have been working since morning. I am tired, so I want to call it a
Day.
Means I want to take rest now, I won't do
Yes.
any other work. So, call it a day means
To
take,
stop doing
stop
something.
working and take rest for that day. Look at the next one.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? What does that mean?
Don't make everything dependent on only one thing.
Don't make everything dependent on only one thing. Now you are in your second year.
Yes.
After this, you want to join either in medicine or engineering based on your groups.
Yes.
Right. But if you think of only that and if you work for that, okay, hopefully you may get it. But what if you don't get that? Then you should have another option also
Yes, ma'am.
open, right? You have another choice. So if you think of only one and if you apply for only one course, if you don't get a seat in that, you will waste your time.
Yes.
1 year will be wasted.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
you have to keep more options open. If you put all your eggs in one basket, if that is dropped, and all your eggs will be broken.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
there will
Right.
be no choice.
No choice. So don't put all your eggs in one basket means keep some chances for you. More options open. Right? Look at the next one.
Shed crocodile tears.
Shed crocodile. Very, very common. This we have in Telugu
Yes,
also.
ma'am. Yes,
Right? Yeah. What does that mean?
To shed false tears or to show sadness, that is not sincere.
That is not sincere. Okay. You are showing sadness or you are crying. But inside, in your heart, you are not actually sad.
Yes.
You are just crying for the sake of others.
You are acting.
You are acting, right, Shanti. You are acting. That's why we say shed crocodile tears.
Yes.
Right. Look at the next one. What is that?
Cool as a cucumber.
Cool as a cucumber. Where is that cucumber lying down?
On the ice.
Ice.
On an ice
Ice
cube.
cube.
It's cool as a cucumber. What does that mean?
Calm and confident.
Calm and always calm and confident, right? This is the opposite of
Break.
butterflies.
Butterflies.
Having butterflies
Butterflies
in
in
the
the
stomach,
stomach.
right? You are tense and nervous.
Yes.
But here, you are cool as a
And
cucumber.
cucumber.
Means you
Calm
are very
and
calm
confident.
and
Confident.
Right. Okay.
Don't put
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Don't put all your eggs in one
One
basket.
basket.
Here you are going to have 3 options for this.
Yes.
And you have to check whether you get the right answer or not.
Don't put all your ideas and resources into one opportunity.
Don't do too many things.
Yeah,
Don't eat too many eggs. They make you fat.
right. Which is the right option here?
Don't put
First
all
one.
your ideas.
Don't put all your ideas and resources into
One
one
opportunity.
opportunity. Yes, right. Look at the next one.
It is a piece,
Piece
of cake.
It's a piece of cake. Right. Again, your options are?
Something is very easy to do.
Yeah.
Something is very expensive.
Okay.
Something makes you feel very good.
Something is very easy, something is expensive, something makes you feel
First one.
good. So, which is your option here?
First
Something
one.
is very easy to do.
Yes, that's the right option. Okay, fine. Look at the next one.
Shed crocodile tears.
Okay. Yeah.
Cry like a crocodile.
Okay.
Show emotions or sadness which is not real.
Cry calmly. Second
Okay.
one.
Cry like a crocodile, cry calmly. Show
Show
emotions
emotions
and sadness, which is not.
real.
So, what's your option?
Show
Second.
emotions or sadness.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, very good. It's the right answer. Okay. Yeah.
Cool as a cucumber.
Cool as a cucumber. Right.
Calm and confident even in difficult situations.
Okay.
Eat cucumbers, they are good for health.
Right.
Cucumbers are always cool.
Cucumbers are always cool. So, what is your
Second
option?
Calm and
Calm and
confident
confidence even in difficult situations.
Right. So, you understand all these idioms clearly, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Now, apart from this, okay, something away from this.
Yes.
I would like to tell you that, actually I have been telling you all this while that English is the most unphonetic language.
Yes.
So, what do we mean by that? We don't write what we speak and we don't speak what we write.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we don't have fixed rules. For example, in maths, 2 plus 2 is always 4. 3 plus 3 is always 6. But we don't have such fixed rules in English. You cannot say that, ma'am, you told me that PUT is put. So, I want to pronounce BUT as but.
But
Can you do that?
no, ma'am.
No, for each word we have different rule, okay? So, English is a language where you need to be very careful about the pronunciation. You cannot go by rules always. You don't have strict rules.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you have strict rules, but you cannot stick to these particular rules.
Okay.
Each word is an exemption, right? Look at this sentence now.
He believed Caesar could see people seizing the seas.
Yeah, he believed Caesar could see people
people
seizing
seizing
the
the
seas. What do you see here? Is there anything
Yes,
special
ma'am.
about
the sound
this?
E.
Sound is
You hear the sound E many times, right? But what are the different, are the spellings same?
spelling is
Spelling
different.
different,
Spelling
ma'am.
is different. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I'm here from Hyderabad, ma'am.
Okay.
Madam, we want to have a clarification about when we can participate in English doctor.
Sorry, when you can participate in English, doctor?
Schedule or time.
Yeah, in English doctor, do you want to know the timings of the program or do you want to participate? Come and participate in this here.
Participation, ma'am. Participation.
Participate. Then let's talk to Judge sir. He is our Chief Academic Monitoring Officer. He will let you know. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, right. So, let's come back to our sentence. He believed Caesar could see people seizing the seas. Right. So, are the spellings the same everywhere?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am. Different spellings.
Different
are there for
spellings.
one
See?
sound.
But the sound is one.
We have 7 different spellings,
Yes, ma'am.
but the sounds are the same.
Different.
Right? 7 different spellings, but the same sound E.
E.
Right? Look at the next sentence.
A rough-coated, dove-faced, thoughtful ploughman strode through the streets of Scarborough. After falling into a slab, he coughed and hiccuped.
Right. A rough-coated, dove-faced, thoughtful ploughman strode through the streets of Scarborough. After falling into a slab, he coughed and hiccuped. So, what do you observe here?
The spelling is
OUGH.
same.
All the underlined words have the same 4 letters, O-U-G-H, right?
Yes,
But
ma'am.
the pronunciation is different. In the earlier sentence, spellings are different.
Different
right?
and the sound is same.
Sound is the same. But here,
We have
letters are
spelling.
same, but the sounds are different.
Different.
See, 9 different kinds of pronunciations for
Yes,
the
ma'am.
same 4 letters, O-U-G-H
OUGH.
everywhere, but different pronunciation
Pronunciations.
always. So, this is English. This is English. Okay. So, you have the same spelling but different sounds.
Yes,
You have the same sound but different spelling. So that's why you always need to be very careful about the pronunciation, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Shall we watch a video?
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me. Okay. Mouse. Yeah, okay,
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
So English is like this. So you have different spellings and same sounds and different
different
sounds and
pronunciation
same
for same
pronunciation. See, this is a technical glitch, right? We are not able to see that. Okay. So viewers, if you want to do better in your exams, if you want to be good at English, so you have to be careful about
Careful
your
about speaking.
pronunciation, about what you actually speak. So if you have some particular rules, don't think that you will have the same rules everywhere.
Yes,
the same rules apply everywhere, okay?
Yes,
They
ma'am.
may not, right?
Okay, ma'am.
It's okay, Lynn.
Ma'am.
Okay, so, okay viewers, before, it seems that we are not able to show it to you, but anyway, right? So as I have been telling you that this is my final episode for this edition, and I would like to thank our Secretary Sir for giving me this opportunity to participate here, and all my students who cooperated with me, and all the officers at the head office, and my principals, my colleagues, and the Mana TV staff who were very cooperative, and to all the students who actually participated in this, they watched this program and they were very cooperative and supportive. So viewers, thank you all for your support. Thank you very much.